We're chatting to media commentator Anthony Miller, who joins us live from his home, and we'll take a look back at some of the more kind of unusual news stories that have hit the online stuff in the newspapers this week. Anthony Miller, how are you?
I'm very well, and I'm all the better for seeing you too. Look at you, lovely and rosy. What a wonderful tonic for January. I mean, everybody should have you in their diet in January. Absolutely.
It's great to see you. Do you know, it's been too long. It really has, hasn't it?
You know, I was just thinking that as we were waiting to come on air, I was just thinking, actually, gosh, when was the last time I actually saw you? It's years. It's literally years, isn't it?
It's years since we've done this. We met very briefly recently in a hotel in Antrim.
Yes, we did. That's right. In between the lockdowns. That's right. Yes, I was in for lunch with the family.
Indeed, but today you're at home in England at the moment, aren't you?
No, I'm in Ireland. As soon as I got a sniff of another lockdown, I was straight over to the family homestead once more. I ran towards it like there was a bog off sale at a Chinese takeaway. Couldn't get here quick enough, honestly.
I don't blame you.
So what's the whole lockdown situation been like for you? How are you coping with it?
I'm doing okay. I've been working a lot, so that's kept me busy. And then as I tend to do when I even get slightly bored, I've been decorating. So my poor mum has had to put up with me deciding on colour palettes and furniture changes and all sorts. So yeah, that's what I've been doing to keep busy.
What about binge watching shows? We've been watching probably more TV than we've ever watched ever before.
Haven't seen a lot of telly, actually, if I'm honest. I know that there's the new series Bridgerton and whatnot that I want to see. I'm already in love with the character, by the way.
Anthony, you have got to watch it. Listen, your mouth will be dribbling when you watch Lord Simon Hastings. He is sex on legs.
I'm already in love. It was love at first sight. No talking required.
No.
And of course, good news for Bridgerton fans has been revealed yesterday. It is coming back for season number 2 as well.
Okay, happy days. So I need to catch up on season 1 then before we get into season 2, obviously.
Definitely.
And I was reading here as well, all thanks to the series, sales of embroidery products and stitching kits have gone up since Bridgerton launched on Christmas Day. According to eBay, interest in corsets as well have soared by 39%, headbands 25%, lace tops by 37%, and crystal earrings by 34%.
Well, do you know what? I can understand the corsets, but the only thing that I would be wanting to do if I had Lord Hastings would be whipping that corset off, Robin. Sorry. Sewing? Who wants to be sewing?
Make it go away. Make the pictures go away.
So you've got an obsession with Hastings then, right?
Oh, yes.
And Anthony, I was stalking your Facebook page the other day as well. Did I read this correct that you once had a crush on Dennis Waterman?
I could be so good for you.
Yeah, massive crush. I would have been straight down the Winchester for a Baby Sham and a slow dance. Not a problem with good old. And it would be no kiss and tell, I can tell you. What goes on with tell stays with tell.
Well, what about now? Would you like a little date now?
Well, I haven't seen recently what they look like now, so that could be different. Who knows? But certainly, if we had a time machine, I'd be more than happy to go back. Kind of like the bras thing. Everybody loved bras back in the 90s, but maybe not so much now.
All right. What's been catching your eye online this week then?
Okay, so it would have been really obvious to go with the presidential stuff happening in the United States, but you know that I'm not really obvious, okay? So I went quirky instead.
Why not? Yeah.
Absolutely. So I was thinking about lockdown and thinking about all the things that we do and don't do whilst we're in lockdown. And I've come across a chap who has changed his name to Celine Dion after having far too much to drink.
Oh my goodness, that could be quite complicated.
I kid you not, a 30-year-old man decided to change his name to Celine Dion after having a few too many glasses of wine. Thomas Dodd, otherwise known now as Celine, had the idea while watching one of the Canadian singer's concerts on YouTube over Christmas. He thought it would be a great idea to pay £89 to officially take her name, but completely forgot about it when the official deed poll documents landed on his doorstep this Wednesday. Once you receive your papers, you need to sign them before an independent witness and inform your relevant record holders before your name is considered changed. So yes, it is a complicated process. You'd think perhaps he'd have sobered up by now. But Thomas has no plans to go back in his decision and hopes it might get him backstage at one of his idol's future gigs. So there you go. There's easier way to get tickets, I'm sure.
There is, but I'm just thinking, after a lot of glasses of wine, the last thing I'd be thinking about, or the last thing I'd be capable of doing, is logging online, contacting Deedpoll, and started filling in forms.
I know, it's a strange one.
I've been on drinking sessions with you guys once or 10 times, right? Can you imagine if we changed our name every time we did it? I mean, talk about double barrel. I mean, what's the equivalent of 100 barrel?
If I've had too many drinks, I can just about get my name out.
This is true. Yeah, so that was a bit of a mad one. I thought, oh dear, we better not drink too much over lockdown. Goodness knows who we'll end up being.
All right, now I want to move on to this one. And if you're reading The Sun during the week, you may have seen these bizarre photographs of these men and women sniffing each other's backsides. Right, these adverts appeared to promote, wait for this, to promote Flatulance Pants. Okay, a company called Shreddies has designed the unisex underwear to absorb odours so you can, as they put it, fart with confidence. Now, the garments are lined with a carbon fabric called Zorflex, which absorb and neutralise nasty odours. Okay, simply washing the pants here, it says, reactivates the cloth so it doesn't lose its effectiveness. And you can also get flatulence jeans, nightwear, and underwear for children as well.
I have heard it all.
Wow, well, do you know, pre-COVID, we used to cough to hide a fart. Now we're farting to hide a cough, really, aren't we? Because we're all petrified somebody's going to think we've got COVID, the fear of it. But I'm just thinking, actually, Pauline, having been on a few sessions with yourself, maybe you should invest.
Well, you know something? I have to say, Anthony, you know, I actually do think that I fart confidently because, as they always say that if your farts are loud, which mine are very loud, they don't smell. It's the silent ones you have to worry about.
Right, okay.
Would you not agree?
Yep.
Silent but deadly. Yeah, the SBDs. It's actually have a name, SBDs.
Yeah, no, I think that if I was out and I had silent ones, you know, I definitely would invest in those.
Right, okay, we're going to stay with clothing for a bit as well, and there was a poll carried out this week about how often you wash your jeans, okay? So, Ant, how often would you throw yours in the wash?
So, of course, what I'm supposed to say is every time I wear them, because that would make me look fabulous and, you know, really good at housework and all the rest. But the truth is, until I decide to put on a different color, really will be the idea. So I've got my favorite navy jeans, which walk to me in the morning quite often. But I would say on average, I'm probably doing 3 to 5 wears before they're getting washed.
3 to 5. Okay, for me, it's usually when you tell me to take them off and put them in the wash.
Yes, because again, they could be walking out the door, never mind towards Robin. Yes.
And what about you?
Well, I don't really wear jeans an awful lot, but I would probably 2 or 3 times I would wear them, definitely.
Okay, we'll ask the people behind the cameras here as well. Nathan, who's on camera, how often do you wash your jeans?
Whenever the missus tells me.
And Chloe is still with us as well. Chloe, how often?
Well, I'm a bit of a freak and I wash mine every single time I wear them.
Yeah.
I don't think it makes sense to you to wash them after every single wear, though.
Thing is, actually,
According to this survey, the average bloke wears his jeans 15 times before their monthly wash. Women wash their denims once a fortnight, having worn a pair about 6 times.
So I'm doing well then, 2 or 3 times.
the thing is, Robin, and this is going to back you up, whenever denim was first brought in as clothing, it was actually utility wear, and you were never supposed to wash it. You didn't wash denim.
That's right. Yeah, I remember that actually, because denim is such a thick material. There was something in it that it doesn't make sense. And actually, the more you wash it, I think there's something about that material. It starts to go hard, I think.
Yeah.
You know.
All right. Moving on. What else have you got for us?
you know that we have all these people that are finding Jesus's face in Brussels sprouts, and you know, I opened my margarine and there was Celine Dion or such like. Or maybe it was Tommy masking as Celine Dion. Well, actually, a chap has found Cookie Monster's face inside a stone, and it is worth £7,300.
Wow.
Wowee.
Yeah, footage of the unusual rock was posted on social media by Mike Bowers, a specialist in agate stones, accompanied by the iconic children's TV character singing about the letter C. A geologist who found a lump bears an uncanny resemblance to the Cookie Monster could make an eye-watering £7,300 from its sale. So there you go. It was volcanic rock, which was reportedly first taken from the Rio Grande do Sul near the Soledade region in Brazil. So we all need to go collecting stones in Brazil, I think.
Oh my goodness! If it's going to bring us in $7,500, that would be amazing. But it doesn't give you any information on whether someone, you know, carved it, because Cookie Monster, or whether it was just a coincidence.
I think he cut the stone open, and hey presto, Cookie Monster was there.
Wow, that's incredible.
You think of it, that's the first sighting of the Cookie Monster.
The first. I like that you said the first, actually.
The first sighting. He's been trapped in that rock for thousands of years.
He really is real.
Step away, Nessie. Cookie Monster's here to clean up. Yeah, wow. So there you go. So lockdown, you know, my whole thing has been lockdown. How do we make more money? How do we fill our time? How do we change our name when we're drinking? But yeah, there you go. Start looking through your stones. If you have stone collections, maybe you're sitting on a fortune.
Well, on that note, we're out of time. Anthony Miller, thank you so much for joining us on the show on our first new series.
Brilliant seeing you again.
Always a pleasure. Thank you so much for having me. And you know where I am, just shout. So anytime.